The undead are running amok in their pajama pants versus the Beastmen. That is a bull on parade, Bray Shaman. Here we go. Me versus Baba Guy. Manfred von Baldman running around with two Banshees. I know what you're thinking. Why not just bring two whites? Well, I think a lot of opponents are expecting them, and I want to try the Banshees. And I like the cheap terror. $750 for some Frostbite, AP, Authorial, basically monster leader sniping things. Especially with the Beastmen. The Beastmen don't go relatively fast. They don't, their lords don't go above, I want to say, well, if it's a chariot lord, then yeah, it will go above 70, 75. I think it's like 84 speed for the chariot, if they have the shaman. But that's a real gamble against one of the dragons, and the dragons can drag you down because they go 90. So that's a bit of a risk, and it's easy for me to do something like that. The only one who goes faster is Malagor, and Malagor is so squishy against the dragon. It's really micro-taxing. So I decided two Banshees. And I figured it's going to be a basic, you're not basic, but a standard Beastman build, right? And that's where these triple knights, these triple sword and board dude knights are going to just play in, and they are just brutal. And though it's nuts too, the rest of the... oh man, hold on, the dude bull's getting caught by the Banshees. If it gets hit once by the Banshees, it's never going to escape unless you throw everything at him. Just trying to dodge these throwing axes. And thank goodness for their the fact that they're ghost, so they don't take as much damage from these nasty little axes. And now it's just trying to buy time. I know I won't be getting all the points anytime soon. Hell, I'm going to be triple cap for a while here. But I have the mobile game. I can do cycle charges. And I was actually hoping he went full on Gore Herd, right? So he can try to get through as many zombies as he could, as quick as he could. Because that means my triple knights can cycle charge, can fight and sustain combat with the Gore Herds. And if he doesn't have a shit ton of bulls and corn gores versus the Gore Herds, my bad, I've been saying corn gores, haven't I? I can pretty much guarantee I'm gonna finish him up. Doombull trying to go for Manfred, although Manfred's not the worst fighter. If the Banshees back him up, they should be able to take him. And then here come the Blood Knights. And this is a relatively small map that we agreed on. I was hoping he would pick this map, because Mercenaries, how small it is, allows my mobility to play very well here. Although his mobility is very strong too, but it suffers against the AP, or suffers against armor. Just doesn't have enough AP unless he brings Centaurs as each, which I don't see any of those. So he's relying on Bulls and Corn Gores in this matchup, which is a mistake since they can't keep up. I can just outmaneuver them every turn away, throw garbage at them, slow them down. And Centaurs and Bulls don't, and Corngors for that matter, don't want to be caught up against 100 to 300 gold chaff. And then getting rear charged by Blood Knights. And it's actually not looking good at all. 21 to 13. The value's close though, but not close enough for me. But we are slowly routing him, making sure the Doom Bull's kept honest. He's dove a bit too far into my back line, and we're about to hit him up pretty hard. Yeah, even the Corngors don't like getting charged like that. Fellbats are trying to tickle the pickle of all my units, but they're just too tough, too armored, and too scary. Got some Black Knights with Lances coming in. I need to start cycle charging and being careful with these lads. Warherd's trying to slow them down. I think that's a bit of a mistake here. The weight of them is really not going to add that much, but eventually it's going to be like upwards of 2,000 units a round of 1,000 units. And it's not going to be efficient because it's going to take them all too long. Having two Gore Herds try to beat up on Black Knights is just, yeah, it just takes too long. It's trying to bring spears into my Blood Knights, but again, I have the mobility, so I could just keep running, and now I'm compromising his backline because he's just been too bloodthirsty. A lot of players, even me, I make this mistake of sending in units I really don't need to go fight and forget about my backline. And now my Blood Knights can get this free pickup. And after that, we can just keep running around and eventually take the objectives. Speaking of taking the objectives, I summoned the Dire Pact and another unit of dogs to come take a side so the bleeding stops a bit. We already have one objective over on this side. We can take the other. fantastic. Doom Bulls trying to come in. We just got to keep these Blood Knights going. And thankfully they heal and have a massive 54 melee defense. Blood Knights, that's incredible. 1550 for that speed, healing, durability. I'm all for it. And to be honest, I haven't been using the invocation of Heck on them, which obviously is a mistake. And he's got this big blob over here, still trying to get these Black Knights, but we are going to punish him for that blob. Speaking of punish, my Skellies get absolutely destroyed by these Centaurs. There's only like 29 of them. That's insane. Holy shit. Centaurs really impressed me. Man, I was thinking the Beastmen got too hard of a nerf, but after seeing super weakened Centaurs do incredible charges like that, maybe they did deserve that nerf like crazy. I would have actually liked to see Beastmen get a buff in other areas, like some of their monsters getting a little bit of a cost reduction. Maybe the other lords, legendary lords, so they'd actually see more play instead of just Doom Bull, Shaman, and Gorbull all the time. Korngor's trying to come take this point. I make the mistake of not actually sending in my dogs to actually countercharge the Korngors like I should have. Oh, Dire Pack over here, so it's just 2 regular dogs on that side. Yeah, Dire Pack here eat for days. And the Knights just keep outrunning them. We keep dragging down the rest of them. I don't know if Manfred's the ideal unit here, but I think it's ideal into this faction. Manfred is not ideal into this build, but definitely good enough. There's an argument I could have brought a Dragon Caster, but I think that's just too expensive. But yeah, props to my opponent. He's still in there. I'm definitely down in value, although the healing from the Blood Knights really is paying dividends. We're putting the fear in him. We're actually closing the gap unit count-wise, and the Banshees are still hunting down that bull. And yeah, look, see, the Minotaurs just can't be where they need to be. This is the issue. There's no Centaurs of... Yeah, Centaurs as each. He's not really pressuring my Lord, and my Lord can just run away from everything. He's got so many units trapped up on one unit, it's just... Unless he can guarantee the kill, they can just heal up and run away. And I can always heal them up. Heal them up whenever I need. We send a massive Skelly zombie blob into the middle so we can retake that and just say, you know what, we can't win point 3, so we can just give that player mobility game to come take point 1. And yeah, he's got Razorgore Herd, although they do have AP. He's got bulls. He's got some bulls over here too. But we're just gonna try to escape. Yeah, we can drive them into our Skelly Spears, who will absolutely love all this mess, and even zombies. Just to drag them down and then have the Blood Knights do rear charges. If we can manage that. Easier said than done. And yeah, more props to Bobby Guy. His micro's been pretty on point. It's just priority targeting and not knowing how to deal with the matchup. And I would say also his build, because his build's very standard. He just wasn't ready for the triple Blood Knights. I think that with some more practice into Vamps, yeah, you can fix that. Man, it's crazy, man. I remember when this matchup was totally just, it's flipped now. It used to be unwinnable for, well, it would be winnable, but it's tough. I remember when Vampire Counts were just bottom tier with Khorne and Slanesh for the longest time, and then, you know, a few buffs here and there and some nerfs here and there, and here we are. Vamp Counts are now top 5. Beastmen used to be top dog, and now they're about middling. They're okay. Again, I would like to see some buffs to other units, lords, to kind of balance things out so they can deal with certain things, such as these undead. I mean, it just feels rough for the Beastmen right now. But I think that just goes to the build. Like, I mean, like a cheap monster besides a Manticore, I guess. Well, Manticore wouldn't actually be that bad. It can hit a Mortis, and that's why you bring a Manticore, to just hit cheap lords. Although Terror doesn't do anything here. That's usually why you bring a Manticore. But being able to snipe something cheap like a Banshee or the, like one of the carts, or Mortis Engine, really does help out. Or even just help bodyguard one of your monsters. Although a Dragon Lord is a bit It is a bit asking much with the Dragonlord rocking around. Yeah, Gold Sea Lord. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Don't ask me to pronounce it. I'm not going to get it right. Unit count is 26 to 18. We see the Doom Bull in the woods with the bats, and I remember where he's at, and I'm going to chase that little guy off. And we get the route. And if you guys know anything about Beastmen and their low leadership, they're about to run like any gobbo I've ever seen. Bull's trying to deal with Manfred, trying to deal with the cart. But there's just too many units to deal with, and mass routes, 4 units, 5 units, 6 units I see round. Korngor's about to go as well. Look at this. The entire, like, almost half the roster's gone from either shattering or just routing. And this is where the Vampire Counts thrive, causing terror and fear. So now, we are gonna run it. But we're now in the woods. It's 1,000, or really 1,100, almost 1,200 to my 450. I got a lot of work to do, and I got a lot of time to catch up with. But we got the cart, so we can start healing the middle, have a nice strong middle, and then just play with our Blood Knights on the points. Again, he's trying to bull rush into Manfred. Bit of a mistake, because he's got spears all around him, and zombies, and carts, and more zombies, and skellies. Yeah, even the Korngors are about to fold. Spears are about to fold, Minotaurs, same. Oh, the dog getting beaten up by the Minotaurs. I really thought the Dire Pact and the dogs could chew up on the Minotaurs, but on the initial charge, they just do some damage. So we're just going to keep chasing them. Nibbling on their little toes, their hooves. And here come the Gorherds to come back them up. That's going to be an issue, but with the right unit, that could fix it. Yeah, Bobby, you're such a beast. Just leave me alone. It was 25 to 20, now it's 15 to 23 thanks to routing. And that's how this game works. You fight until you can rout your opponent, and that's the biggest issue with dealing with the undead. They just do not freaking rout. Finally able to summon some Cryptors for some, just to have some speed on the board. And yeah, Blood Knights keep routing out everything. The Banshees, I really like the Banshees. I know people are going to be like, just bring whites instead. They don't have the speed, they don't provide terror. Scab's great though, fabulous, fantastic. I don't know. With how wide his formations are, it was really tough for me, I think, to get a Scab's great in. Maybe. Or it could just be bullshitting, I don't know. I brought whites into certain matchups, like I played against Stallion later in the tournament, and they make sense there. I played against Ponty later in the tournament with his Dark Elves, and I thought, maybe white's here, but knowing Ponty and how smart he is, he's going to tech towards it, which he did. So I brought Banshees, which actually tech better into what he brought. So it's all that mind games, that 5D chess of trying to play everyone against what they're going to bring. Minotaurs here being absolute little gubbers, but we're going to bring spears to offset a lot of that capture weight. We'll probably just win that fight. Blood Knights trying to stall the Centaurs and the Korngors. Some Fellbats to probably do some charges just to rout them off. We don't have to win the fight, we just have to get them out of here. Or slow them down until the rest of our core helps in, like the Banshees, who will tear out the shit out of them. And he's just going to have a hard time trying to recapture any of the points, really. But he's got Vanguard points on most of his units. They all can just hit whichever point and keep me bouncing around, but that's why we still have Blood Knights. We still have 2 of the original Blood Knights. Only 1 got taken out so far. He charges into the Skeletons, which I think is a bit of a mistake. Even though they'll start disintegrating, they will win that fight in the long run. And they'll start taking Minotaurs with them. And yeah, here come the Cryptors, the Blood Knights, the Black Knights, Manfred, and his big blob. Raiders are going to be annoying for sure, but we have a cart to help out for that. And we could always send in dogs, or, yep, send in Black Knights with lances. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Oh, you guys ready? Check this shit out. Everyone loves a good night charge, some heavy cab to do it. And here come the bowling pins. Oh, they just surround him. Oh, it's so lovely. Oh, I love night charges. Alright. He retakes the side objective. That's horrible, because we're still in range of getting... We need to triple cap him for a long time. And we are not We cannot allow him to hold. So we're gonna start sending everything. Everything. Even if it starts disintegrating. We'll send him. We'll send all our power to him. 12 units versus 22. He just needs to hold 1 point inside to stay there. But we got the Legion of Undead marching on. He's sending gore herds here. Huge mistake. He really needs to decide on what point he's got to cap. He's trying to slow down the blob. But the Knights are going to sandwich him. Manfred's going to sandwich him. And even if he did send it, he's fighting off the point there, which is a bit of a mistake. But we're sending it. We're sending it. Gore herds are going to be annoying, but we are also going to be annoying to him soon enough. Invocation of the Heck. Gonna do that. Look at these gore herds. Look at these Black Knights. They're gonna do a nice downhill charge soon enough. How does he not have more capture weight? I mean, I have a Banshee Manfred that's 6. Some Knights here. Actually, 2 Knights. Cripors now. And a lot of his stuff is routing. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Beautiful downhill charge into the gore herds. Absolutely trampling over them. Probably gonna ping into those gore herds over there too. And yeah, just not being able to get his units onto this point is such a problem. Like I said, terror routes are going. Finally, they go unbreakable. See, I had a super big amount of capture weight. 2 Banshees, bunch of Knights, yeah. And then we just route out the rest of the stuff. And it being the smaller map does help with all those routes, because they can just run away a lot quicker right off the map. Lance is doing that. We're probably going to do recharges of the Gores not too long. And yeah. Tries another ditch effort over here. We still have lots of undead here. Plenty of dogs. We got Blood Knights resummoned and ready to go. And that's just going to guarantee I hold this point for sure. It's really tough for the Beastmen. So tough. As our Undead Legion just starts moving across the board. Getting into the cart so they can get their vigor back and heal up. And I think it also replenishes models. I don't remember. I don't think it does. I think only the Invocation in the Heck does that. Just gonna terror out here. Don't even have to engage. Just run into them. Send them packing. Heal up. Call it a day. And yeah, I think we're gonna call it here because we're no longer out of triple cap range. We can just hold 2 points and win from there. But yeah, that's GG's. GG, Bobby Guy. I honestly, at one point in that game, I was like, damn. I know I knew the result of this replay, but even then there were points where I was like, shit, I'm gonna lose. Damn, this Bobby Guy's gonna kick my ass. Even during the game, I was like, damn, he's gonna kick my ass. But yeah, the Blood Knights all pay for themselves. The one that just got resummoned there, still 2,400 value. And it was probably gonna get more if the game lasted any longer. But yeah. Man, I love me some Blood Knights. I just love heavy cav. Always a good time. Double Banshee worked out alright. And unfortunately, later in the tournament, we actually got a rematch with Bobby Guy. He brought a totally different build, but it just didn't work out, and it made me think, man, this matchup is just cursed now. So cursed. As the Undead usually do. Makes me want to go play some Undead campaign. Maybe do Manfred. Maybe do some Karstein. I don't know. One of the Karstein lords. Always feel good. Always feels good to have the Undead Liege. Alright, we're at the end of the video. Maybe you guys can give me some suggestions how to do this matchup, especially on the Beastmen side. And yeah, let me know down below. If you liked the video, please like, sub, follow me here on YouTube. We're on the road to 2,000. Come join me on stream when we have our tournaments or just playing some games. Show some love, do all that good stuff. And yeah, y'all have a good one. Peace and goodbye for now.